Gotcha, bitch.
All right. Everybody come on in. Pull up a chair and pop a squat. It's the Old Dirty Cupcake. And it's October 28th, which means it's my 28th movie in my 31 days of Halloween horror movie recommendations. Now for today, much like the other films I've recommended since the 20th, this is a 10. And not only is this a 10, I consider this to be one of the greatest horror movies ever made. It's easily top 2 or 3. This movie came out in 1974, directed by Tobe Hooper, and they used the premise of based on a true story to appeal to a broader audience. And while it is somewhat based on the horrific events of Ed Gein in Wisconsin, most of this film is fictional. That's right. You know what I'm talking about. Today's recommendation is the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. A classic. 1974 got slapped in the mouth with an absolutely genre-redefining horror film. And I don't know if they realized it then. This movie not only redefined horror, it redefined the slasher kind of film, like your Hitchcock-type slashers. This turned it into something far more brutal and something far more grounded and down to earth, in my opinion, because not only does this movie feature a cannibalistic family, it's set on a farm on this massive estate of farmland in Texas. And where I live in the South, there are a lot of fucking farmhouses and a lot of farmland that looked exactly like this and still do in several areas. So to my young 8-9-year-old mind, this shit could have very well been happening where I live, because there's a lot of farms and there are a lot of ho-dunk, po-dunk, well-in-there motherfuckers around these areas. And barbecue's popular, so I was unsure. I'm like, is there people chopping people up and making chili out of them around here? Holy shit. So this movie really affected me and really stuck with me. And then as I got older, I realized the folly of my youth, the folly of my childhood mind. The world is far, far worse than this movie. But yeah, the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. I'm not going to spoil too much again. It's a movie about a group of kids who are traveling to investigate some grave robberies, and they end up out at this big old homestead after they follow the advice of a hitchhiker played by Edwin Neal. Well, when they're there, they meet Leatherface, Bubba, played by Gunnar Hansen, and I had a lovely opportunity and a blessed opportunity to meet that man back in 2010 or 2011, I think it was. What a sweetheart. What a kind human being. He was baffled at why I had Leatherface tattooed on my inner arm here, but I told him that his portrayal as Leatherface just had such an impact on me that I had to get it tattooed on me to keep with me forever. He signed some pictures for me, shook hands, and went on about our lives. I hope he understood just how many people that role impacted in our lives and how much we love that film. And like I said, this movie's a 10. And if you're not watching it, why the fuck are you watching me? Stop watching me and go turn on the Texas Chain Saw Massacre. Listen to that lovely, lovely, horrifying narration by Mr. John Larroquette from Night Court. You're following Marilyn Burns. She's your main character in this movie other than Leatherface. She plays Sally Hardesty. Sally and her friends get into a whole bunch of shit. And like I said, I'm not spoiling anything. You got to go watch this movie, because if you've been living under a rock or you've had your head up your ass that long, that shit's on you. Go watch Texas Chain Saw Massacre. And if you like this movie, stick around after the video. I got a little song attached to this by one of my little solo projects, Depraved Flesh, and this song is called Hooks in the Throat. I'll be back tomorrow with my 29th recommendation. That's right. We're getting there. And if you thought the Texas Chain Saw Massacre was incredible, wait till you see these last ones. Oh my God. And there's still more. I think I'm going to keep this going. Movie Mondays, Scary Sundays, I don't know. We'll see. But y'all stay tuned. Y'all come back tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful October and a wonderful Halloween. Bye.